Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Can you hear me? Welcome to the live stream. It's Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock here in Halifax, 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm just looking for that confirmation that you guys can hear me. Peanut can hear me. I'm disturbing her. Come on, Peanut, why don't we go over there? How's everybody doing today? Where are you from? Where are you watching from? I always like to see that. Monique says, I can hear you. Awesome. Thank you very much. And the audio, the volume is okay? Looks to be, it's flashing green, so I think that's good. Yeah, so how's everybody doing this week? Why don't you drop a message in the chat? Let me know where you're watching from, your name, and what your hopes are for this live stream. I've been pretty busy this past week. Not sure if you've noticed. I'm going to have to move you if you keep walking around. Why don't you just sit there? Why don't you just sit there? I've been doing how many days in a row is it now? It's been, I want to say 8 or 9 days in a row that I've posted a video. Probably overkill, but I'm doing a little experiment. So, and I'll get into that. But I'm not too concerned with, if every video doesn't get as many views as it possibly could have if I give each video time to breathe. I'm all right with that right now. Just want to see how this pans out. So why don't I just jump right into the comments here and see who is here. Oh, first comment was me, of course. Jules Lincredule. How you doing, Jules? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by again. It says, oh, well, let me click on this. I can click and display your messages. Hello, Rob. Happy to be with you from Montreal. Have a nice live. Welcome from Montreal. Another Canadian. Irish Wilk Pegs. Good day from Phoenix, Arizona, where it's finally starting to cool off. Really? Already? It's actually is not all that cool here. It's kind of warm, but I think your version of cool in Arizona is a little different than my version here in Eastern Canada. I think today is around 27 degrees Celsius. Sorry, I don't know what that is in American or in Fahrenheit. 27, I'm going to say that's probably, hang on a second. Excuse me, Peanut. What is 27°C in Fahrenheit? 80 degrees, 81 degrees Fahrenheit is what it is here. So there you go. Google to the rescue. Mike here from California. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. And good afternoon here. It's 2 o'clock. California is 4 hours different from here in Halifax. So I guess it's 10 o'clock for you. LM Schmidt, been enjoying your walks and talks. Awesome. Thank you very much. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of those lately. I've done a couple. So the last I think the last 4 days or so, I released the last 2 days, I released one this morning. I wasn't going to do that. I was going to put that out yesterday or tomorrow, just because I'm doing a live today anyways, but I changed my mind. It was ready, so pushed it out. So now I have to edit one for tomorrow, but that's okay. I've got several that I've filmed ready for me to edit. Went kind of on a binge over the weekend, and I think I did 5 on the rocks near the beach, and 4 while I was walking and talking on the trail. So, but I also may do one. There's one I've got in my head that I'm going to do here in the chair. I might kind of insert that in the middle so that you don't get too bored of the walk and talks. But getting some good feedback on them so far, so that's good. Let's see. We've got the Weezer, Lee, ready to learn. Where's my CC family? Say hi. Hi, Lee. How you doing? By CC, he means Creators Cove. Lee is one of our members in there. So yeah, for those who don't know, I've created a community called Creators Cove, and you can check it out there's a link down below. Right now, I have it kind of attached to a starter course that I created. It's a 37 video starter course that I put together about a month and a half ago. When you get the course, you get automatically into Creators Cove for a year. and not exactly sure what that's going to look like going forward. But the plan is to release 2 to 3, maybe 4 courses per year, so every 3 or 4 months or so. The next one's going to be on video editing, and yeah, so that's what Lee was referring to there. So we've got a nice little community growing there, and that's cool. ABC or BC, I'm not sure. There's a space there. Hi Rob, hi everyone from France. Welcome from France. Nice to see you. Monique Quest. Hello, Monique here from England and the UK. Hello, Monique. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Irish Wilkes Pegs. I'm going to do my first live stream this week, trying to build up from my 130 subscribers that way. Any advice? Well, first of all, congrats for doing live stream. I'm here to tell you that doing your first one, or for me anyways, I found it very difficult. But, and some of you may find this, I mean, it's always hard. Like, I don't generally like to put myself out there. You might find that hard to believe since I've been making all these videos and doing live streams and stuff. The more I do it, the more comfortable I get doing it. That's the bottom line. But generally, like in a crowd, I'm not the talkative one. I don't, you know, I'm quiet. I've always been kind of quiet, but, and for most of my days, I am quiet because I'm in here working by myself or out on the trail working or whatever. It's just when I do these lives, these are a chance for me to talk. So you can imagine after 2 hours of me talking straight, it tires me out. So, but anyways, back to your, so you're going to do your first live stream. So, advice, I guess my advice would be is to just do it. And that might be obvious, but like when I did my first one, I actually didn't do it the day that I intended. So I had put out a couple of videos leading up to it. I think maybe 2 videos in the week prior, and I identified a date that I was going to go live, and I even had something prepared in case nobody was there, because I think I had, I don't remember, maybe 200 subscribers, something like that. It wasn't very many. I went, or my intention was to go live and talk about video editing in Camtasia. So I had something prepared that I was going to talk about if nobody asked questions. But then when it came time to do it, I couldn't do it. I kind of froze. I was just like, what do I say? And I went through it in my head over and over. And I just, anxiety, I stressed myself out and I ended up not doing it. I think it was the next day that I finally did it. And talking to my son who live streams gaming, and he says, Dad, he said that was kind of funny, but just do it. Like, just do it. Like, it doesn't matter. And he's right. Like, quite honestly, the people who watched that first live stream, there might have been 3 or 4 people, and I think 2 of them, like one was probably my son, maybe my daughter, and maybe my nephew, I think were the ones who were like maybe 3 of the 4 or 5 or so that were in there. So yeah, but it feels, I was self-conscious. I was like, in my mind, I'm talking to everybody in the world, 8 billion people at that point, and I just got overwhelmed and I couldn't do it. So, but yeah, you just got to remind yourself that it doesn't matter. And furthermore, once you do it and it's over and you've stopped it, it is a sigh of relief, but you feel good. I felt great about it. It's like, wow, I did it. No, there weren't that many people there, but that's fine. And also, live streams are great. They are great if you're trying to add a whole bunch of watch hours to your videos or to your channel at once. Live streams are great for that. So once I got going and I started making videos, and it became apparent, actually, if I fast forward maybe 2 years or so after that, when I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, I think I was maybe at 2,500 watch hours. So again, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I've got to get monetized. So what do I need? 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Cool, let's go do that. But I hit the 1,000 subscribers way before I got 4,000 watch hours. But live streams are what ended up pushing me over the top. So when I finally got back to it this past March, I said to myself, I'm going to do this once a week, these live streams, no matter what. And yeah, lo and behold, the watch hour started to go way up. Because if you think about it, if 10 people watch a 1 hour live stream, that's 10 times 1 hour, that's 10 hours, right? If they watch the whole thing. Now, generally people don't watch the whole thing, but you get people coming and going the whole time. Yeah, that's my advice. Just go for it. Don't worry too much about the quality. Have something prepared that you can either talk about or show. I don't know what your live stream is going to be like, but if you have the ability to share your screen, have something ready to show people, and that might help ease your mind a bit if nobody shows up to ask any questions. But also, if nobody shows up, don't worry about it, because it will turn into a video that people can watch later. And if you set yourself a schedule, like weekly or monthly or whatever you want to do, people will get used to that, and they'll come back once you, and that's how it'll grow. So anyways, good luck with it. Pegs, I don't know if the end of your username is your name or the first, Wilk Pegs. But yeah, good luck with it. Have fun with it. Kim's Healing Journey. Hello, Kim. How you doing? Kim says, hello, Rob, and everyone else. Hope that you're all doing well. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday indeed. I hope you're doing great as well. Diane's Garden Inspiration. Hello to everyone from California, sunny California. Hello, Diane. How you doing? From sunny Halifax. It is quite sunny here today. A Patriot's Perspective. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. His question is, how can I have a successful channel without showing my face? So, as you may or may not know, some of you know that I'm a big supporter, or I like to promote showing your face. So that's one of the things that I say, that will really help grow your channel faster if you do decide to show your face. But I understand not everybody wants to do that. And that's okay. That's fine. There are ways to grow a channel without showing your face. And some ideas it depends on what you're doing. Like maybe you want to show, I don't know, maybe it's a cooking channel. You want to show how to cook something. You can have a top-down shot that maybe just shows your hands and, putting ingredients in the bowl, mixing the bowl, putting it into the oven. Or if you go to other shots, you could have a camera set up that, maybe it captures you putting it in the oven, but in editing you can kind of crop it out so it doesn't show you if you want. So yeah, there's ways you can do that. In terms of how can you have a successful channel without showing your face, it's kind of hard to answer that. I guess all I can say is, so you're not going to be able to rely on making a personal connection with your audience because you're not showing your face. If you're using your voice, that's the next best thing. Okay, so if people get used to your voice, that's a way people can connect with you. But other than that, stick with a consistent schedule. So whether that's monthly, weekly, twice a week, whatever you can handle comfortably in terms of making videos and posting them, try to get a consistent schedule going. And that'll help. Try to get really good with your thumbnails. Remember, your thumbnail and title together are what is going to attract people to click on your video. Okay, so that's how you can get the clicks, and people, like when YouTube recommends your video or shows it on somebody's homepage, whatever, it's your thumbnail and your title that's going to entice people to click. Okay, so you have to get good at doing that. And then once people click and get into your video, you have to keep them there. So the way to keep them there, again, I think it's harder if you don't show your face, but regardless if you're showing your face or not, your video has to be engaging somehow. So whether that's fast-paced editing or just very interesting subject that you're talking about or showing people. So something else you can do once you get them into the video is maybe show a part of the video, like show a bit of the ending in the beginning, almost like a, this is what to expect kind of thing, and throw it at the beginning. You might see people like Mr. Beast do something like that. It's almost like a hook, like, this is what you can expect. Like, Mr. Beast videos are kind of extravagant. He's going to give away, $100,000 to somebody, and there's going to be a race. And maybe he'll, at the very beginning, the first 5 seconds, he'll show kind of the ending of a race, but you can't quite see who wins. So everyone's excited, yelling, screaming, or whatever, and then back to the beginning. And you want to see how this happens? Let's go through it. And you know what I mean? So that's one way to hook people in. So yeah, got to get good with the thumbnail and the title to get the click, and then you got to get people to watch a good chunk of your video. The better you are at retaining viewers in your video and having viewers watch most of your video, the more YouTube will see, oh, okay, people are liking this video. We're going to perhaps push it out to more people like those people who've been watching it. Okay, that's kind of the way YouTube works. Also, try to target your videos towards a specific audience and try not to sway from that very much. That might be easier said than done in the beginning. In the beginning, many people may even be trying to figure out what their channels are going to be about and may not know. And that's okay. But once you settle in and you have identified your audience, then, keep producing more videos for that audience. Take questions from your audience, maybe in the comment section, right? Maybe people are asking you to explain further something that's in your video. Well, then make another video about that, explaining things further. Ask for people to comment and like your videos and things like that. So those are all just a bunch of general ideas to help a channel grow, whether or not it has your face in it. All those rules still kind of apply. Okay, so I hope that helps. That's kind of a long-winded answer there. Sorry about that. Now I'm behind, but that's okay. Willow Tree Woodworking. Hey, Rob. Hello from a fellow Canuck. How you doing? Canuck means Canadian for those who don't know. Slang for Canadian. Grew up in Western Canada, moved to the U.S. in 1998. Come from well-known family in Ontario and Nova Scotia. Love your stuff. Awesome. Thank you very much. So this is kind of your peek back home then, I guess, if you have family back here. That's cool. I lived in Ontario for a little while. That's quite a ways from, it'd probably take me about 18 hours to drive to Toronto from here. So we're not that close. Canada's a pretty big place. Monique can hear me. Thank you. Awesome. Loud and clear. Okay, now I know we are around 20 minutes behind. There's about 20 minutes. You sound great. Sounds good. I can hear you. I'm in Gerald, Texas, originally from Edmonton. Oh, that's cool. Very good. I've been to Edmonton before. I was in Texas last year. It was very warm. Everything sounds great. Can hear you fine. Volume is good. Guatemala. How you doing, Alan? Welcome all the way from Guatemala. That's a place I have not been. I have not been to Guatemala. Oak Island, North Carolina. Audio is good. Hello, Tarrant. 1-to-1. Thanks for stopping in. Katharina Tedder, I can hear you in LA. That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Willow Tree Woodworking. Colin, aka Willow Tree Woodworking. I'll try to remember that, Colin. Alan Reed. How you doing, Alan? Good to see you again. Houston, Texas. Got a couple Texans in here. That's cool. Hasim Khalid. Everything is okay except Peanut. Very naughty. You know what? She's sleeping now. She finally laid down. Check it out. She's in her spot. Can you see? No, you can't see her. But I've got 2 cameras set up today. So there she is, back in her spot. We'll call this we'll call that the Peanut Cam. How's that? The Peanut Cam. There we go. I don't actually have my phone set up because I wanted to show you something with that, and I'll get to that shortly. Monique says, I love all the videos, not overkill. Well, that's good to know. Thank you very much. I think I'm thinking for the long term, it is overkill. Well, I'm not going to be able to do a video every single day for like forever. It's just too much. But I'm having fun with it right now. And one of the reasons I'm doing this, so I never officially announced that I was doing this challenge. I've seen other people do it. I mentioned Virginia Kerr's channel last week in one of my videos. And she did a challenge. She's somebody else who makes videos similar to mine in the sense that she's trying to help older people start YouTube channels. But she did a challenge, and I think she might have gone 20 days or more in a row where she made a video every day. And that kind of, I thought, hey, that's not a bad idea. Why don't I give that a shot and see how it goes? But yeah, one of the things that is good about doing that is you do get better faster. Like, you're almost forced to learn things. I make mistakes. I will be the first one to admit that, and I don't mind it if you tell me as well. By all means, tell me when something could be better, because that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of showing you, like, this is raw. This is me starting. I know I'm up over 20,000 subscribers now, and that's awesome. Thank you guys very much. I'm kind of humbled that many people want to hear more from me. So that's like a hockey stadium full of people. That's awesome. Or basketball, whatever your sport is. But yeah, so that's kind of humbling. But yeah, the more you do it, if I force myself to do something every day, I'll get better at things. So there was one video I did where the audio was horrible because it was windy outside and I didn't have my new mic on. I had AirPods in thinking I was using that mic, but in fact it turned out I wasn't even using that. So it was just the mic, in my phone, just this here. And that's not very good. I mean, it's a good mic, but it's not good in wind at all. So I learned, and the very next day I went out with the new mic. This one here, for those who haven't seen the video, but this is the DJI mic kit. It's not the newest one. There is a DJI mic 2 that is more. It's $100 more expensive than this one, and even this is, I want to say it's $250 US. So it's not cheap, but it comes with two mics. So I don't know if this is in focus. Two microphones like this, one on each side, and then the receiver, which plugs into either an iPhone, see, with that lightning cable, or if you have one of the new iPhones, there's a different connector that you plug into it, like this. That's USB-C, okay? So you can use it either way. Or there's a little cold shoe mount here that you can attach to it and put it on the top of any camera. All right, so let me just put all this stuff back in. It's nice that it all fits in this case, and this is a battery case, so it charges everything while everything's in the case. Okay, when I bring it back here, I can just plug it into USB-C right there. So anyway, the good thing about that is it comes with this little pouch, and in the pouch, what I have are these little guys. These dead cats. Dead cats. Wind muffs, okay? They clip right onto the top of the microphone. She's asleep, she didn't hear me. So with those, pretty much all the wind noise was gone. So that was awesome. And I was given another tip in one of my comments that because every once in a while I still did hear some wind, but if you put it under your shirt, that would be even better. And I haven't tried that yet. I just want to show you how this works though. So this little microphone, oh, sorry, Monique, I'm going to get your comment out of there. This little microphone has a clip like this. It can clip on, but I haven't been using that. So the clip would be if you just want to, clip it like this, right? But I haven't been doing that. It is heavy. It's not that light. But what's nice about it is back here, this little square, you can take that off, and that's a magnet. So you put that under your shirt like this, and that clips on just like that. So that's how it works. So just a little magnet, and they both have it. I'll take this off here. Just wanted to show you how that worked. So that's cool, and it just sticks to that and makes it super easy. What I wish you could do, though, is I wish those little dead cats could be clipped to this and stay in the case, but there's not enough room in the case to include that. So that's why I bring the pouch as well. So there you go. Love that little thing. Why did I even go down that path? Where were we? Oh, Monique says, I love all the videos, not overkill. Well, thank you. That's great. But yeah, I do think that it's better if you want each video to do as well as it can, is to maybe space them out a little bit more. So that's probably what I will do once I finish with this challenge. Now, how long is this challenge going to go on for? To the end of this week anyways, and then I'm just going to reevaluate. I'm not putting a hard limit on myself. But at the very least, like I do want to put out a couple of videos every week anyways, regardless. So one a week to me is just not enough. I have time to do more than that, so why not? Unless you start getting sick of my videos, then let me know and I can slow it down. But nobody's that sick of them yet, that I've been told. Auden Lindhelm, how you doing, Auden? Hi from Norway. Excited to hear about the results of your ongoing experiment. Cool. Yeah. So what? Yeah, I was talking last week about an experiment, and I can't remember. Was that the? I think that was. Was that the posting every day? See, this is what happens when I start doing too many things. I forget what I was even talking about. But the experiment I was talking about, remind me what I said it was last week, because what I'm kind of doing right now is these one a day experiments. So and doing the walking and talking as well, and trying to figure out where I can improve and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's we'll keep going with that. Let me know if I've misunderstood what I forget what I said last week, and I didn't write it down. That's awful. Matthias from Sweden. How you doing, Matthias? Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you all the way from Sweden. That's cool. Sorry, I'm kind of looking at the chats in two different places. The chat on my in Ecamm Live, that's the software I use to live stream. The chat that is there, the software pulls it in from YouTube, but I can click on things there and then have the messages show up, just like I did with your comment here. And I can also click and drag and move them like that. But it tends to lag. So if I want to see something that just comes in, I can look at the YouTube one over here. So that's why I'm looking at both of them. Yes, our version of cool is definitely different than yours, LOL. Yes. Yeah, here it's hot. It's a hot day today. It's 80 degrees. But the last couple of weeks, you probably would have loved 80 degrees in Arizona. To me, 80 degrees is hot. But it is also humid here, and it's not that humid in Arizona, from what I remember. I've been there a couple times. I love it. It's beautiful scenery. A lot more red rocks than we have here. Here we have a lot of green trees, which you don't have as many there, but not in the desert anyways. Dementia Caregiving, John's vlog. How you doing, John? West End, Halifax. Oh, very good. So like a 30-minute drive from where I am. Awesome. Thanks for stopping in. Strength, old school, 33 viewers. Wow, your channel must be growing fast. To get that many online viewers is great. Yes, awesome. Actually, 47 right now. Awesome. 47 people want to actually listen to what I'm saying, or what you're asking, one or the other. Either way, it's great. I love this. We tend to be growing a little bit over each week, and get some new people every week too, which is nice. Good evening, says Matthias. Of course, you're in Sweden, so it's, I don't know what you are. I'm going to say 5-6 hours ahead of where I am. Must be 8 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, 7:30 or 8:30. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. I've never been to Sweden. I'd love to at some point. Meadow Outdoors. Hello from Jackson Heights, New York City. Hello and welcome. The Power BI guy. Hey, Rob. Have a couple questions prepared for you today. Oh, sorry. I jumped ahead. There's two. No problem. Ask away. Yes, my version of cool off is definitely different than yours. 84 degrees Fahrenheit here in Phoenix. That's cool off time for me. Yeah, that is different. I mean, yeah, no, we it doesn't usually get a lot hotter than that actually here. We'll have a few days in the 30s a year. That's it. What's 35? Okay, so 35 Celsius is 95 Fahrenheit. That's about as hot as it ever gets here. That, in fact, that might be a record for here in Halifax. We're right by the ocean too, so even in Halifax, which is, I mean, there's Halifax Harbor that goes in, but when you're inland Nova Scotia a little bit, that can be, say if it's 30 degrees inland, it might only be, say, 22 or so degrees here right on the coast. I'm literally right on the coast. So quite a difference sometimes, especially if the fog drops. Then it could get cool. Lasty Philly Heidi. Oh, I probably butchered that name. I'm sorry. Mean Kieli? Hello from Sweden. Hello. How you doing? And I apologize for my likely mispronunciation of your name. Haya from Fairfield, California. 62 Fahrenheit here. That's manageable. That's nice. That's nice. Is that what I said it was here? What did I say it was here? 27, 26, 78 here. Oh, so it's cooler where you are in California than it is here. That's interesting. The power guy says, is there a way to move Camtasia playhead using the arrow keys? I want to move the playhead in very small increments. So not that I'm aware of. So if I want to move it in very small increments, I zoom all the way in, and then I just put my cursor on the playhead and start moving it slowly, and it'll jump frame by frame. So that's the way I handle that. I don't believe you can do that with arrow keys, but I'll confirm that. Arrow. Let me just move playhead with arrow keys? Question mark. I'll try to look that up, but I've never really tried, so I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. Also, is there a way to listen to the audio while I'm moving the playhead? No. No, there isn't. You just have to play. So once you've clicked on the playhead, press your spacebar, and it'll play, and then you'll be able to listen to the audio. But you can't listen to it while you're dragging the playhead. Now, use your J, K, and L buttons to control the playhead. So L is play, but if you press L a second time, it'll play a double speed. Press it again, it's 3 times the speed, and so on. And the J button plays backwards, and the K button stops it. Okay, so get used to those. They might help you out as well. So hopefully that helps. And we have from Tech for Senior a super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, great. I don't see a question from you, but thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Tech for Senior. That's awesome. Hello from Pakistan. Hassam Khalid. How are you doing? Nice to see you there. Sorry, I'm kind of reading 2 things at once. Dancing Alone with Rentals. Hello, everyone. I hope your week has started off well. Thanks for stopping in. That's great. Power Guy says, finally, where can I find the clipboard in Camtasia? Thank you, David. I don't know what you mean by clipboard. But I do know to get things on the clipboard, you do it the same way as you do in Windows, which is if you're using Windows or Mac. But in Windows, you would just go Control-C. That puts things in the clipboard. Control-V will paste it from the clipboard. So if you're dealing with text, you can copy and paste. You can also copy and paste effects, properties, clips, so like an audio clip or a video clip, titles, anything on the timeline. If you highlight it, then Control-C to copy, Control-V will paste another copy of it. Okay, so that's how you use the clipboard. I don't believe there's a way to actually see the clipboard. And if you're on a Mac, then instead of Control-C, it's Command-C. And then instead of Control-V, it's Command-V to paste. So hopefully that helps. Thomas Kazarati. How you doing, Thomas? Hey, thank you for the live. How do you deal with cat hair and dust in the studio with so much equipment and cables too? The cat doesn't chew the wires? Keep it up. Cheers. Well, she sometimes does chew, but I catch her real quick. Like my this wire that I have this is my phone charge cable that I usually just have laying on the floor, and every once in a while I'll catch her wanting to chew on that. So that's, but she's not that bad. She doesn't typically do that very often. And as far as the dust, I am behind on my dusting. Yes, it gets dusty in here, and yes, there's cat hair in here. I have one of these little dusting things that helps with the monitors every once in a while, but it's bad. I just got to do that slowly, and that's not my forte. I'm not very good at that. So yeah, it can be dusty in here. And also, this might surprise some of you, but I'm allergic to cats, believe it or not. It's just mild allergy, but every once in a while I may have to take a Reactin or just get off my butt and give my equipment a good dusting. But yeah, so that is definitely an issue. And we have another super chat. Life Reimagined says, "Hi, I have messages in the chat. You can just get to those when you do. Loving your info." Thank you very much, Life Reimagined. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And I will definitely get to your questions. I'm just going down through here. We've got here's Tech for Senior, the last super chat. Question, Ron, is your name Ron, or do you think my name is Ron? I'm Rob. Do you have any thoughts on changing the name of a video that isn't doing well? Yes, so you can definitely change the title, and it's not a bad thing to do. If something's not working well, absolutely. So I haven't done that a lot myself, and in fact, I'm working on a spreadsheet that will be able to track when I do make changes and to see what happens with the stats of a video. But yeah, you can change the title if it's not performing well, and the thumbnail. You can change that as well. I have changed some thumbnails the odd time, and when I create a new version, I put it in the same folder, the project folder. Within every project folder, I've got a folder called thumbnails. So I'll save the new version, and I'll put _v2 for version 2 in the file name, so I know. Yeah, so, but definitely, yeah, if your thumbnail and title isn't working, you're not getting the click-through rate that you want, then by all means, change the title and try to find a way to, I guess, record when you make those changes, and so that you can look back at it and see if it made a difference. Okay, because I've seen some videos on YouTube before where somebody can basically point to a graph. Here's where I changed my thumbnail, and whoop, look what happened. Views went up. So yeah, definitely give it a shot, but try to find I guess a streamlined way to track what happens when you do that. The Power Guy says, one more. Is there a free way to create a YouTube channel banner? Yes. So I'm going to suggest Canva. That's what I use. And Canva has a free version. Okay. And you don't need the paid version to make images, to make thumbnails, whether it's thumbnails or banners or whatever. So that's what I've used. You can't use their what's the term? Transparency mode. You can't use transparency with the free version. Okay, like for example, if you want to remove the background from an image that has you in it, you can't do that with the free version. You would need the paid version to do that. But if you don't need to do that and you're just making images, then Canva. You sign up for their free plan, and you can load up a screenshot of yourself or of your video if you want. You can put that in there. You can add text to it. You know, you can outline things and all kinds of things. I'm going to make another video, an updated video on Canva. They've actually changed what their interface looks like a little bit, so it's a good time for me to basically show you guys how I use it to make my images. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. Dancing Alone with Rentals, the government, they are always watching and listening. Okay. I choose to not be paranoid about things like that. But yeah, who knows? Well, hey, I mean, we're all on the internet, right? So theoretically, everybody could be watching what we're doing, and are. I mean, everything gets recorded, really. But when you say the government, I mean, who knows? I guess each government's probably different anyways in terms, it depends what country you're talking about too. Some countries allow more freedom than other countries, right? So, yeah. Yeah, the internet, I would never consider the internet as your own private room. So, like, yeah, people can, everything can be seen, sure. I'm not sure what else to say to that comment. Tech for Senior, Rob, do you have any thoughts on changing the name of a video that isn't doing... Okay, no, sorry, I already answered. Oh, okay. Oh, you reposted the question with my name spelt correctly. Thank you very much. Got it. Willow Tree says you can use Canva to create banners, thumbnails for free. More features with paid version, but the free version is great. Absolutely. Camtasia is my go-to editor. People think it's very basic, but believe me, it's way more good to edit. I've used it since Camtasia 8. Okay, I think I'm about the same too. I've used it for quite a long time. I think Camtasia is one of the easier ones to learn. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles and features as some more powerful video editors like DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro or any of those, the big boys, I call them, those three. Of those three, I think DaVinci Resolve is the easiest to learn, but it's still harder than Camtasia, in my opinion. I like to put Camtasia and CapCut kind of on an even, they're both good for beginners. It's just that I've been using Camtasia, like you, Hassam, for a lot longer than even CapCut has been around. But CapCut is now more popular than Camtasia, I believe. If you do a search on Google Trends, CapCut is owned by the same company that owns TikTok. So they created it to help people make TikToks and edit their videos quickly on a phone initially, but now you can get CapCut on a desktop, which is how I prefer to edit. My failing eyes need a bigger screen to be able to edit. I'm more comfortable with a bigger screen and a full keyboard. I thought, maybe my thumbs are too big for the phone, and I have a big phone. I've got one of the bigger iPhones, but still too small for me to want to edit on it. Although you can. Dino Rossi, hey Rob, is Dino the complainer? How you doing, Dino? Good to see you here. I wouldn't say you're a complainer. Do you like to complain? 60 plus. How do you share your screen, Rob? Like this. Press of a button. So yeah, there I was looking up the conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So yeah, so what I do, I use Ecamm Live is my streaming software. And in the streaming software, you can set up scenes. So I have one scene, which is this, my main scene. And what the main scene shows is whatever is coming from my A10 Mini. That's call it a camera. If you have one camera plugged into your computer, this is where you would put it. It just so happens I have a device that I can plug two. Actually, I could plug in 4 cameras to it, but I have 2. And that's the A10 Mini. It plugs into my computer. And then with that, I can press buttons to switch between those two. Did I just freeze? Yeah, it never likes... Does this go to sleep maybe? I don't know. Now it looks like I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Not sure why that... So that's one camera view, and that is the other. But in Ecamm, that's a scene. I have that scene that has my camera and an overlay on top of that for the chat messages. And then sometimes, I didn't do it this week, but actually I still have last week's here. I'll press the button to show it. That is the overlay that I typically create for a week. I was running a bit behind today, so I didn't do one of these for today. That's last week's. So that is an overlay for the scene. Okay, I'm going to press a button again to get rid of it. Now, and then another scene is this one. So that's just screen sharing. You can screen share through Ecamm Live. And this scene has my screen shared, and it also has a smaller cropped version of whatever camera I'm sending to it. And again, it's freezing. It's taking a while. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to leave it on number 1, and we'll press this. Okay, back. And then to kind of put a bow on this, I use the Stream Deck to, I've got these scenes mapped to my Stream Deck. So I have each scene mapped to a button, and I can then press a button to bring up that scene, okay? Now, when you want to share a screen during a live stream, it's good to have a separate monitor, okay? In fact, I don't need this monitor for live streaming, but 3 anyways for me for sharing a screen. I got one monitor which is just my laptop monitor, that shows Ecamm and shows what's going on, what you guys are seeing. I get to see what you guys are seeing. I have my other monitor, my big editing monitor, where I have stuff that's not live that I'm not sharing with you right now, but I can check things. I could do searches or whatnot without you seeing. And then my third screen is the one that I share. Okay, so that's just a cheap 1080p portable monitor is what I use. When I travel, I take this with me, and then I can have a dual monitor set up for traveling. So yeah, that's how I do it. Hopefully that helps. That helped you. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. ABC question: what additional equipment would you recommend for filming my first video, which is an interview of someone in a shop? I'll film with my iPhone 13 Pro Max. Okay, what additional equipment? Okay, so the first thing that popped, okay, so there's 3 main things you want to think about when you're filming. There's camera, lighting, and audio, okay? 3 things. So if maybe the shop has good lighting anyways. If it does, like if there are outside windows that you can set up beside, you can use the outside windows as your light source. And then maybe put the camera more closer to the windows, facing away from the windows, looking at you. Now, if you're doing an interview, the way I typically think about interviews is 2 camera angles. But if you only have 1 camera, then you can't do that. But if you did have 2, if you could get your hands on another camera, you could have, sometimes they do 3. Have 1 camera on one person, another camera on another person, and then a third camera on both of you. I've edited some podcasts for other people with that setup, and then, you'd have all 3 cameras recording, and then they sent me, the recordings from all 3, and they also sent me the audio recordings, and then I would just sync everything up and then decide when to switch views. And you can do that in editing. You can switch back and forth. But if you only have 1 camera, then just try to set it up so that the light is not behind the person and the camera in front, because then the person will be dark, right? They'll be shadowed. You'd want the light to be on the same side as the camera. Maybe not directly behind the camera, especially if they have glasses, because then you'd probably see my light here in my glasses if I do this. So that's why I have it off to the side a little bit and up a little bit, so you don't see the glare of the light in my glasses. So that's something to keep in mind. And now the audio. You've got the camera figured out, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, so that's great. That's pretty much the same thing I have. I'd probably put that in 4K 30 frames per second, even 24 if you want to. So use the rear-facing camera. So with my phone on, you'd want to use this camera, not this camera, wherever it is, here I think, not on the front. But this is a better camera, okay? Frame it up, put your camera on a tripod, and make sure it's going to capture whatever you want captured, like have it set up. I would arrive a little bit early so you can make sure things are set up and where the 2 of you are going to sit. And then the audio. So you'd want to, it'd be awesome if you had something like this. If you had like a kit like this that has 2 mics, wireless mics, you could each wear one, okay? And then put the receiver, plug that into your phone, and then the audio would go to your phone. But I would also recommend on these mics, I'm assuming, you may not have this, but these mics can also record on board. Like they can record, like there's a hard drive inside this mic. So what you have to do though is you have to press the record button on the side of both of them, have them both recording. They can record up to 14 hours, so that's fine. have them recording, and then you can plug this into your phone or not. But if you do plug it into your phone, you may not have to sync up any audio. But if you don't need that. You can just use the recordings off of these mics, and then there's a USB-C connection there where you can plug it into your computer and get the WAV files off. Anyways, then you would capture both audio. If you don't have something like that, audio is kind of important. So if you don't have two mics, then you'll need one, I guess, between you. So anyways, those are some suggestions. I hope that helps. It's going to depend on how you're set up, or maybe you have one mic and you're going to ask a question, and then you put the mic towards the person who's going to give you the answer, and you can share one mic that way. So, anyways, I hope that helps. Dancing alone with rentals. Some of us can't show our faces. We are simply too attractive, and the general public will lash out at us through ugly jealousy. That's a tough problem to have. I feel your pain. No, I don't. Absolutely. Life Reimagined, actress over 40. How you doing? Welcome. Hi there. I have been at this for over a year, and I am learning so much from you. Do you find the watch time boosted once you started going live? I have 11,000 followers. Watch time problem. Yes, 100%. Absolutely, I did. The watch time went way up once I started going live, and once the live audience started to grow. I've done live streams over 4 hours long, and had a lot of people in them, and that really, really boosted. That's what monetized my channel. So I think I was at over 3,000 subscribers before I got the 4,000 watch hours, but it was the live streaming that put it over the top for sure. So yeah, if you're having trouble getting the watch hours, that is something you can definitely do. But I will say this is a good opportunity for me to remind people that and I was guilty of this too, although we all kind of get hung up on getting monetized. I do these air quotes a lot. I should probably try to get out of that habit. We all put a lot of effort and thought into getting monetized through YouTube, meaning 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. But I'm here to tell you, it is kind of anticlimactic because your first commission check, ad revenue sharing check through YouTube might be $15, $50, $100, $200 if you're lucky. It starts pretty small, and could stay small for a while, right? At that point, once you get 1 or 2 months of smallish checks, commissions from YouTube, is when people will start to realize, okay, I'm monetized, that's cool, but I need to find another way to make income from this. And it's not, you grow your channel large enough and you start getting, millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views even, then you can get a pretty decent income through ad revenue sharing through YouTube. But otherwise, it's usually other ways, either through coaching or selling courses or selling merchandise or memberships or whatever it is, whatever other business you have on the go. Using YouTube to drive traffic to your business is generally a better way, a faster way to earn income from a YouTube channel. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, live streams definitely helped. Hi from Puerto Rico. Hello, Puerto Rico. How you doing? Confusion is contagious. I'm really jealous of your walking videos and the nature when you do them. If I did a walking video, it might show the faces of the gang that offed me. Yeah, you don't want to show that. Okay, yeah, so I guess what you're getting at is you don't love the area where you would be doing your walks, and you don't think other people would like it. Yes, I agree. I am privileged to be in an area that looks beautiful. I think it looks beautiful. We have a walking trail just outside the house, basically, and it's nice. But if I lived in a city, if I lived in a city, this is what I would do. would do videos indoors like this, in a setting that I set up, just like I do here in my chair. But then I would try to mix things up. I would go outside every so often. But when I went outside to make videos, I would go somewhere. I'd go to a park, or like I'd drive somewhere, right? Or bike somewhere. Go to a park, or go to a lake, or go to, I mean, depending on how big your city or what city you're in, it might be a longer drive, which is why I would suggest when you do that, try to make more than one video when you go. Try to batch record, like have information for 2 or 3 or 4 even videos to record all in one go, maybe in different spots in the park or the mountains or by a lake or wherever you decide to go. Even cities generally have nice areas where you can go and make some videos. But like, and maybe this is for you too. For me, I have not done a video in the city. So Halifax is about 30 minutes from where I live, and that's a city of about 450,000 people, something like that. And there's a very popular park, Point Pleasant Park it's called, in Halifax, but there's lots of people there. Tons of people walking dogs and running, biking. Biking? Not so much biking, I don't think. But anyways, lots of runners. And it's right on the ocean. It's beautiful, have beautiful views, but there's a lot of people around. And I would be self-conscious making a video in a place like that, even though there's probably people that do. And I'm probably going to do it as well, just to prove to myself that I can. I don't know if you've seen some of the more recent, well, you probably have, you're mentioning it, but some of the more recent videos I made walking on the trail here where some bikes went by, and I generally either start talking lower or I'll stop talking until they pass. Or if I'm walking by somebody's house, I'll stop talking or get quieter. It's just something I have to work on and get better at doing, because I mean, I have to practice what I preach, right? I tell you guys that it doesn't matter if other people hear you or blah, 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 but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. So I'm trying to do it as well myself, but yeah. I feel lucky where I live, but I'm sure there's some place, I mean, maybe not. I'm trying to think, like if you're in the United States, New York is probably the biggest city in the States. Well, it is. Or Los Angeles would be the second biggest. Even those cities, I'm sure there's Central Park in New York. Los Angeles, you've got the beach not that far away. I would say within an hour's drive of any city, you could find yourself out of the city, to some place where you could go and record, and then try to do some batch recording. But I will caution you or forewarn you, the first time you do this, you're probably going to forget something. You go through it and I have, right? Like you think, okay, do I have my mic? Do I have my camera? Do I have a tripod? Do I have, all these things, extra SD cards, or, extra batteries or whatever, like a battery pack. I always try to make sure my iPhone is fully charged before I go out. Because I wouldn't want it to. I do have battery packs I could be bringing, but they're extra weight. But anyways, good luck with it if you decide to do it. Monique says, I'd love to see an analytics video. Do you plan on doing any in the future? Yes, I do. Let me write that down again. Analytics. I did do a little bit of that. There's a video I did, I'm going to say 3 weeks or so ago now, where I talked about my journey from 0 to 20,000 subscribers, and those numbers are right on the thumbnail. That's how you would find it. And I do go through my analytics a little bit in that video. Maybe not as detailed as what you're wanting to see. So yeah, I can do and also maybe what you mean is you'd like to learn how to use your own analytics, like not from a point of me showing you what mine are, but to show you how to use them. Is that what you mean? Because I could certainly make a video on that. Absolutely. And I've made a note. Angela Holden, yay, caught the live. Hello from St. Paul, Minnesota. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in, Angela. Good to see you. St. Paul, Minnesota. I've been there. Long time ago. Used to live in Wisconsin, and I drove up to Minneapolis, St. Paul for a day. We went to a football game. 25 years ago. Long time. A Patriot's Perspective. Thank you for taking the time to answer my question. I appreciate your feedback. It was very helpful. Awesome. Glad I could help. Guatemala is a lovely place. It does look beautiful. But I've never been. Thought that seat was the peanut gallery. That is over there, and she's asleep. She's being good. That's good. I should try to do a video after this while she's over there. Get her in the next video. Anybody having peanut withdrawal? She hasn't been in my... I don't take peanut on the walk and talk videos, as you probably know. That would be... That would probably be a nightmare. I'd probably lose her. And we have another super chat. Thank you. A Patriot's Perspective. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Happy to answer your questions. Here we go. Did I get ahead here? Oh, here we go. Willow Tree Woodworking. I've been watching your videos. Alexa, Virginia, and Kevin as well have changed my format to be more relaxed and authentic versus showy. This morning I reached 1,500 subs and over 100,000 views, almost monetized. Awesome. Congratulations. That is awesome. That is awesome. Congrats. That feels good, I bet. And Alexa, Virginia, and Kevin. So those are 3 people I talked about in one of my videos that I did last week. I think Friday maybe, or Thursday. 3 YouTubers that I suggest you check out. They make videos similar to mine in the sense that they make videos targeted to newer, over 40 aged content creators, people wanting to get into YouTube. So I just thought that some of you might want another perspective, and sometimes it helps to hear things from more than just one person. So you don't have to just take my word for it. If you want maybe some backups, want to hear somebody else say something similar, check out that video and go to one of their channels, and I'm sure you'll like them as well. Life Reimagined. Yes, I love Virginia too. Learning so much from those of us in the older categories on YouTube. You're also inspirational. Awesome. I've also been watching Alexa, Virginia, and Kevin. They're all super helpful and have great tips that have helped me a lot. Perfect. Awesome. That's great. So is there anything in your mind that what are the major drawbacks of fast-paced video? Okay, yes. So let me gather my thoughts. So I generally think of fast-paced videos as being tailored to the younger crowd. What I'm finding out in the videos that I'm making is that people appreciate the fact that my videos are not fast-paced. Again, I'm targeting those of us over 40 and 50, seniors, and but who want to learn how to do YouTube. And for a lot of them, for a lot of people my age and older, the videos that are fast-paced and generally produced and made by younger people sometimes are just too fast. They want it slowed down. They want, like, I don't know about you, but for me personally, if something's too fast, I'm not getting everything. I'm not catching everything. And couple that with the fact that the younger generation tends to use language, slang, some words that perhaps I'm not as used to. I'd want them to talk slower. I'd want them to explain it to me better and not just try to make a flashy, fast video. So yes, a flashy, fast-paced video might keep people more engaged for longer, but it won't keep everybody engaged for longer. Some people, like myself, if things are happening too fast, I might just like, you know what? Whoa, okay, that's too much, too fast. I'll move on to somebody else who might actually be able to explain something, especially if the thing is a little more complicated, complex. I'm trying to wrap my head around it as it is, so maybe I just want it explained to me a little bit better, a little bit slower. Yeah, and I think generally speaking, those who are older, like the older you get, the slower you want people to talk. I think that's just a fact. So yeah, that would be a drawback. You would be limiting. It depends on who you're targeting. If you're targeting younger people, then a fast-paced video is probably fine, depending on what you're talking about. So yeah, that would be a drawback. Another one, just real quick, fast-paced videos, I'm assuming what you mean by that is like heavily edited as well, like switching scenes quickly, or maybe you just mean somebody talking really fast. If you're talking about somebody talking really fast, that's a different thing altogether. Not everybody can do that. I can't do that. I need time to process what I'm about to say, and you'll see that in my videos. I typically leave it in. You'll see me stop, look off somewhere, and look for that thing I wanted to say. Yes, that's what it is, and then I'll go on. So a fast-paced way to do that would be to cut out all of the blank space where I'm not talking and scrunch it all together. A final drawback to that is a lot of editing is required to do that. And it's going to be more time consuming. The less edits you can do, the faster you'll be able to get videos out. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. Drawbacks to fast-paced videos off the top of my mind. It is cool watching a channel grow, reading the chat, seeing people return to watch and get to know each other. Most cool. I agree. I like that too. I'm starting to get to know a lot of you guys. I recognize your avatars from some of the comments that I get, so that's fun. It's fun when you go from commenting to live, so it just adds a little bit extra personality to the connection, so that's great. I like it too. It's fun. Dan Frankel says, "Hi Rob, did you hear from any of the other YouTubers you recommended? You chose my wife's favorite 3. Yes, I heard from all 3 of them actually, and it was awesome. They were all appreciative that I mentioned them, and they all said they liked my stuff too. So yeah, it's awesome. It's great. What do you guys think about maybe doing? I don't want to call it an interview, but almost like a collaboration type live sometime, or maybe not live, but maybe a video where myself and one of the others, or maybe somebody totally different. I don't know. Like, would you see value in something like that where we each talk about a topic and give our different perspectives on a topic in the same video? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Just an idea popped in my head. ABC, the Weezer says, ABC, I assume you should after your phone, lighting, and audio. Rob has some vids on this topic. Okay. I can't remember what that was. Oh, that was, yeah, I'm not sure. But hopefully I answered your question as well. Monique says, Alexa mentioned Rob in yesterday's, or was it today's video? Yeah, yesterday or the day before, I think. And I saw that. Somebody told me about it, and I saw it too. So that was awesome. Love that. That was great. But Virginia also, she commented on that very video. Actually, I think all 3 people commented on that video where I talked about their channels. So yeah, that was great. Life Reimagined Actress Over 40. Is that mic the one mentioned in your streaming setup? I use StreamYard to record and will want to do it in any lives. What is the best camera you suggest that I can plug into my desktop for live streaming? So the mic that I do for lives is this one. I use this, it's a shotgun mic. Just lower it here. That's what it looks like. That is the Synco mic D2, I think it's called. There, I usually keep it just out of frame that you can't see it. But that is what you're hearing me through right now. Not this, but can you do this? How else could I connect this? USB-C. I'm sure you could. I have not tried this with a live stream. But the video, I made a video about a week or 2 ago where I walked you through, it was one of the first videos I did with this. I walked you through my entire process from recording to editing to uploading and all of that. I had one of these attached to my shirt, but I also used this, but that was a video that I made that I edited afterwards, and I edited the audio from that mic because there were times in that video where I was standing up over in that corner, nowhere near this mic, and I still wanted to capture my audio, so I used that wireless mic to do that. I'm going to have to look into, and I'm going to write this down, using that mic in a live stream. DJI mic in live stream? I'm sure it can be done. I just have to make sure I know what I'm talking about before I recommend doing that. Willow Tree Woodworking at Moni Quest. It was yesterday and very sweet and kind response to Rob mentioning her. Yes, it was. I had no idea there was a magnet in those. Yes, it's awesome. There's a magnet in that, in the on the mics. Hi Rob, what is your thought about making videos with a ring light? Is there a better option for good clarity using my iPhone? Wasn't sure if ring lights are the best for lighting. Thanks. So my thought on that, ring lights are, so they were initially designed to kind of go around the camera, and the camera would poke through the ring light. The only thing with doing it that way is, now it depends on whether you're wearing glasses or not. If you're wearing glasses, you're going to see the rings in the glasses because you're looking right at the light. Unless you're filming yourself like this, right? But presumably you're going to be looking into the lens. So there's that. If you don't have glasses, then you're still going to see, depending on how zoomed in you are, you're going to see the ring in your eyeballs, right? So I don't know if you can see that light in my eyes. If I'm looking at it, you probably can. Okay, so there's that. If the ring light is, if your camera's poking through the ring light, what I would do if I had a ring light and that's the only light I had, I could still use it, just move it off to the side, 45 degrees off to the side. And so 45 degrees off this way, but also 45 degrees up. So a little bit up. That way the light is still lighting you up, right? But you're not going to, I mean, you could probably still see, if you're not wearing glasses, you'll probably still see the ring in the eyeball, but that, I mean, that's so small, it's not a big deal. And so what? You're always going to see the lights in somebody's eyes. The eyes are going to light up. That's fine. But what else was I going to say? Yeah, you can still use the light that way. Also, when the light is off to the side, it tends to be a little bit more flattering off to the side and up a bit. Especially, like, for me, I've got a big ass chin. I got a big chin, right? And generally, it would not be as flattering to have a light shining up on me like this. It would show my entire big chin. Whereas if it's up a little bit like that, it shows a little bit more definition in the chin, a little more shadow here, right? A little bit of shadow under the eyebrows. Well, not so much. I don't have it quite high enough for that. But generally, people generally like the way they look better if they're lit from top down, not directly above, but in the front, top down. And also, if it's off to the side a bit, one side of your face will be more shadowed than the other. So I have this light on now, but if I turn it off, there, just like this, I have one light off to my side. I do have that light on too, and one back there, but for the most part, the ones on my face, I just have this one off to the side right now. And if you have a shadow on one side, more shadow on one side than the other, that's kind of a nice look too. But if it's too dark on one side, you can, there, I just put that other light on. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. If you have a ring light, you could definitely still use it. But just maybe not poke maybe don't poke your camera through it. It would be my suggestion. Where are we? Hey Rob, Ricky's World. How you doing, Ricky? Good to see you. Hey Rob, I will never get sick of videos. They're informative and inspirational. Thank you. That's great. Great to hear. Oops, ignore the comment above with the date, LOL. I'm working too and grabbed the wrong keyboard. Oh, I skipped over it anyways because I didn't know what you meant. No problem. Peanut is obviously going to protest for that dead cat's fur. Yes, but it's not from a dead cat. At least I don't think it is. No, it'd be plastic. They just call it that. Matthias is 15 degrees Celsius here right now. That's a nice temperature. I like 15 degrees. I'd still wear shorts and a t-shirt in 15 degrees though. Wow, just got back from work and first thing I see when I click YouTube is you're live. Amazing. Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Nice sub count, Rob. Is it through a slow constant grow or did you have any breakout video? I had a breakout video, 100%. July early July, I had a video. It was my first video in that chair where I talked to people over 40 and suggesting they should start a YouTube channel. Um, that video went viral. I think at the time my most successful video had 30,000 views. That one now is at 410,000. So that was responsible for the most of the growth. So yeah, check that out if you want. I think I was at 3,800 subscribers when I came up with that video, and like a month later, I was at 20,000. So it happened pretty quick. It only takes one video. It takes all the other videos, sure, to hone your skills and get better at making videos. But once you get the right thumbnail, title, and video content, so people are sticking around and watching, yeah, it can happen. It can happen quick. Is there any news that they are going to add curves or presets for keyframe easing? I believe you're talking about Camtasia. I don't know that they are. I'm not too sure. That for things like that, if I really needed to do something like that right now, I would go to DaVinci Resolve. You can do that there. That's starting to get a little more complicated though. Excuse me. I'm generally happy with just using the fades. Excuse me, the fades in Camtasia to achieve that, and yeah, behaviors as well. If you take a close look at the behaviors, there's some pretty cool things you can do in there, which is similar. Hello, Liam. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. That's my son, for anybody who doesn't know. You should be working, Liam. You should be working. Are you working? Still the middle of the day. Hello from Vietnam. Happy eats. I should be asleep. It has cooled down to 28 degrees here now. 28. So you're still up over 80 degrees. I would have a hard time sleeping at 28 degrees. Just past midnight. Monique says you can also do A/B testing with thumbnails. Yes, I've only done that once. I suppose I could probably try that a little bit more. But yeah, so the idea with A/B testing is you can upload two separate thumbnails for your video, and then YouTube will kind of alternate which one they show. And after a certain amount of time, they'll track which one is performing better, and then they'll just go with the better performing one. That's kind of the way that works. So that's not a bad idea. Absolutely. Grandma's words. How you doing, Grandma? Thanks for stopping in. Not my grandma, but someone's grandma. Hi, Rob. I love Canva. Monique also uses Canva. They have YouTube banner templates, which makes it really easy. Yes, absolutely, they do. I don't tend to use their templates, but just because usually what I'll do, if I know I have to make an image, I'll go to Google first, say, okay, what size does this have to be? 25, 60 by whatever. And then I'll just create a custom new project, and I'll enter the custom dimensions in, and then I start building. That's usually the way I do it. But yeah, you can absolutely use any. Canva has templates for everything. YouTube banners, thumbnails, like all kinds of different banners for thumbnails. And it's a good way to start. Absolutely. If you don't have any ideas as to what you want your images to look like, great way to start is Canva templates. So thanks for that, Monique. Jody Rodriguez, love your videos, Rob. Thanks, Jody. Appreciate that. And thanks for stopping in. Can you use Kittl for thumbnails? Kittl. I have not used Kittl. What is Kittl? Kittl, did I spell that right? Kittl, online graphic design. Sorry, I will share my screen here. So just X that out. Try Kittl for free. Templates, logos, posters, book covers, stickers, sweatshirts, thumbnails. If I click that, what do we got? Yeah, this looks very similar to Canva, actually. Very similar. Is it owned by the same people? I've not used Kittl, but it looks very similar. If let's just, I don't know, let's See templates, oh, logos, t-shirts, all wallpapers. And if I click, so a logo, okay, I'd have to sign up, whatnot. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like absolutely you could use that to make thumbnails, for sure. I'm just not familiar with it, so I really can't recommend it. Not to say it's not good. It probably, perhaps it is good. Absolutely, I love big screens and desktops. So do I. Hi, Rob. Good evening. Mocha and Chai. Hello. How you doing? Good evening. Good afternoon here. It's 3:24 here. Wow, 3:24? I've been at this an hour and a half almost already. During the day, I can't tell if my cats are frozen or just lazy. I think they do most of the running around at night. Kelly Smith. Hello, Kelly. How you doing? Says, I was curious why you ended up using your tripod when walking instead of using your gimbal. Was there a specific reason? Just wondering in case I missed you mentioning it. No specific reason. I do have a gimbal. It's an older one. Back here. Let me just... So you're referring to this guy here. This is an older gimbal that I could put my phone in. Now the way this one works, so no, to answer your question, no, there was no reason I didn't use this. It's just that I found this one, I don't know, just a little bit easier to use. This one you do have to use, I believe you have to use the DJI app, and I haven't used that in quite a long time. And this will do active tracking and on all that sort of thing, but I guess my answer would be that would just be something else I'd have to learn and figure out how to use well when my main intent of making my walk and talk videos is to get good at making them, if that makes sense. And the more new things you try to do in, at once, the harder it's going to be. So I was more focused on these last ones. I was more focused on the audio, getting my audio sounding good, experimenting with locations. So on the rocks by the beach, also walking on the trail. And also I do remember that this one also, with the tracking, it'll track your face. I don't know. I will make one with this at some point. I just haven't yet. I will say though that the advantage of this, and I'll show you this now, the advantage the reason I like this so much is, yes, it's a tripod, so you can hold it as a selfie stick, and the way you do that, you just put all the three legs together, and the phone, well, actually, let's back up. So this tripod, if I take this off, it has a regular tripod connection here that goes on that. That's what comes with this tripod, this little base and everything here. This piece that I have attached to the base is an attachment by Quadlock. Quadlock is a company that makes cases for phones, initially for like bicycles and motorcycles, things like that. This is my Quadlock case for my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and they make them for every phone, iPhone, Samsung, all of them. But the reason I had this anyways, because I like to go for bike rides. I've got a bicycle I take on the trail quite a bit, and I have a Quadlock connector for the bike, so I can snap this down on my bike, and it shows me my speed, how far I'm going, and those sorts of things. So this is the case I always have my phone in, and if I put my phone in this case, it's kind of a tight fit. Okay, now the back has that connector on it, which, well, let me put this back in here first. You put this in here, tighten it up. Sorry, I'll just get your comment out of the way so people can see what I'm doing. Tighten it up. Now I have this tripod, which I typically use here if I'm ever going to use my phone in these live streams. And then that connection See, it says quad lock. It's got the 4 little pins, and the back of the phone, same thing. So you line this up, you put it like that, twist, and it locks in place, and it'll stay there. And you can either lock it that way, or, hard to do without looking at it, you can lock it that way. So you can hold it vertically as well if you'd rather hold it that way. But I typically do it that way. And then, yeah, so now I've got my phone like this, and it's a tripod. I can set it down wherever I want. And this tripod, you can move the legs however you want. You can even wrap them around a tree if I wanted to, right? So that's pretty cool. But when I'm making my my walk and talk videos, I just put all the 3 legs together. I'll turn this around because this is how I'm going to watch it. And I'll bend it a little bit. I'll loosen this. I'll kind of turn it up a little bit so it's like that, kind of angled that way, right? And then I just hold it like this. And that's how I did it. That's how I made my my videos, walking and talking. This tripod that comes with this, it's got a different connection. I would have to take my phone out of its case, this quad lock case, because in this case, the way this one works is that's a magnet. Okay, that's a magnet, and you would put this on your phone, right? You'd sandwich your phone in between that like that, and then it just clicks onto that, and that's it. It'll automatically orient itself, and it's a gimbal too, so it'll stay horizontal or vertical, whichever way you want it. But I don't like it's not as versatile, the tripod. Like, I don't have the flexibility that I do in this other one. Now, I suppose what I could do is this actually comes apart. This comes off of this, right? That unscrews from that, and now I can screw that onto the same thing. I could attach that to this if I wanted to. Maybe I'll do that someday. Who knows? But yeah, my iPhone has some stabilization built into it anyways. So, and the fact that I was just trying to demonstrate that, things don't have to be perfect anyways. I was okay. So another long-winded answer, which I'm good at making, but I hope that kind of explains a little bit why I did it that way. Okay, so moving right along. I'll try to speed up a little bit because I don't, and I can stay longer than 4 o'clock. So I'll be here at least another half hour, but I can stay a little bit longer if you'd like me to. Willow Tree says, Canva, DaVinci Resolve, vidIQ are amazing free tools for those just starting. The AI features can be very helpful if you're struggling for ideas, thumbnails, and descriptions. Yeah, those 3, I use all 3 of those. Canva I use every single day. DaVinci Resolve, not every day anymore. I tend to use Camtasia more, but if I need to do something a little more complex, DaVinci Resolve for sure. And vidIQ is great. Definitely. I confirmed with their tech support that soon a browser-based version of Camtasia will be released. Do you think that will be helpful? So Camtasia you're talking about? Yes. Their browser-based version is coming out soon. I don't have a date yet, but it's going to be part of Camtasia 2025 when they go full on with the subscription model, and that's going to be included. And I think it's called Camtasia Web, and it's going to, I think it will be helpful. It's going to be a way where you can more easily share projects with other people if you have a team. I'm not so sure I would use it as much. I tend to like to do my editing on my computer because I have a fast computer. But if you don't, and you don't mind uploading your projects to the web, you could use that for sure. And great for, like I said, collaborating, or if you have teams. Yeah, but maybe next month. I initially thought it was going to be out in October, so maybe I should check with them to see if it's if they're still on pace for that. Canva is good indeed, but a curse for me because I use Adobe Illustrator. Oh, well, Adobe Illustrator is much more powerful, I believe, but I think also harder to use and more expensive. But if you have it, and you know how to use it, then yeah, I don't think Canva could offer you any more. I don't think, anyways. Getting monetized is a great goal. You get there with bad vids, good vids, and great videos. All part of the growing process. Takes time, not sprint. It's a journey, and for good reason. Well said. Will R. How you doing, Will? Thanks for stopping in. The camera and lighting looks great. It's obvious that you have put in the time to make it this way. Has our studio evolved much through the journey? Yes. So, well, over 2 years ago, I moved. So I had to completely take everything apart in my other office and set everything back up here. And I've had some new things added since. That is when I bought these things, the, what are they called? The boom arms that I have. I got 4 of them around the up high on the wall that I can put some lights or cameras on. But yeah, no, I've got far too much stuff in this office. I have far more stuff than you need. So I want to stress that. Sometimes people will see all the things that I have going on here in this office, and they may think, wow, I don't know how to use half that stuff, and it's going to be a long time before I can get all that stuff. Well, you don't need all this stuff. There's more. A lot of it too is for live streaming. So like the Stream Deck and this A10 Mini, I only use those when I'm live streaming. And you don't even need those. I mean, the Stream Deck helps, where you can just press a button to switch scenes instead of using my mouse and clicking in Ecamm, which you could also do. But the multiple monitors, mostly that's for the live streaming. For editing, that's when I use this side monitor vertically and my main video editing monitor here, because I have my file manager or Finder windows open on the side, and I can just drag files back and forth. So a dual monitor setup, I think, is extremely handy for video editing. Or if you had one, but it's one of those extra wide ones, that would be fine too. Yeah, so things have changed in time. If you go back to see some of my earlier videos, you'll see that it was in a different office, and I've changed things for sure. Work is calling. Gotta go. Keep making great videos, Rob. Thanks for the experience. Cheers, y'all. Have a blessed day. Thank you very much. Absolutely. I'm working on some videos around filming, lighting, editing, and publishing to YouTube as part of my series on starting YouTube in your 50s. Awesome. Good luck with it. Best of luck with it. Cat backpack. That would be funny, wouldn't it? I don't think she would like that. That would just stress her out. When I'm out for my walks, when I come back, she's generally asleep on that chair, so I don't think she misses me too much. If I put her in my backpack, a whole bunch of things could go wrong. I'd have to lock her in somehow. She's not going to like that. Might make for a good video, though. Yes, love to see an analytics video like you suggested. I have TubeBuddy and vidIQ, but don't use the analytics stuff because I don't understand how. All right, perfect. I've got it written down. I will get to that. I'll make a video on that, definitely. Thank you, Rob, for answering my question. No problem. No problem at all. That's what I'm here for. I think focusing on value is the best strategy. I don't do tricks or try not to. I just make videos that I think will help people. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah, far too often I think people are trying to find a magic solution, like a magic pill, something that if I just make a video that shows this, then I'll blow up. The channel will blow up. And it's really, if you just focus, like you say, like learning, like Frank says, if you just focus on making good videos, good thumbnails and titles, and just try to get better after making a video, like try to make your next one a little bit better. Focus on good videos. The rest will take care of itself. It's in YouTube's best interest for you to succeed at YouTube. Okay, so YouTube wants people to watch videos on their platform. Okay, if you're making videos that people are watching and coming back to see more and watching a lot of them and clicking a high percentage of the time to watch your videos, YouTube will notice that. That's built in. I mean, there's not somebody sitting there noticing that. It's built into their algorithms. And they will serve your videos out more, right? The more views you get, the longer people watch your videos, the better your videos are. the more they will push them out. So it happens kind of naturally, as long as you continue to get better. And yeah, avoid tricks. One thing that I would like to get better at, what I tend to do, my walk and talks, I tend to, like, lately I've been giving like points. So I'll give you 5 things to think about when doing this, or here are 3 tips, blah, blah, blah. What I would like to get better at, and I know would be that my channel would benefit from, and yours will too if you try this, is to get better at storytelling. And actually, so I want to research that a little bit more, like what goes into making a good story. A good, and I mean, it takes you back to English school, really, English class in high school. A good story will contain, an introduction that perhaps maybe there's some foreshadowing, maybe there's, I guess a hook is what is the term we've come to get to know in YouTube circles, but some foreshadowing, what to expect in the future. If you put that in there, and then just walk people through a story while maybe building suspense, maybe introduce some conflict in there. It's like, oh no, am I gonna get home before the sun goes down, or whatever it is. If you can put all these different elements into a story, those are things that will help people watch your videos for longer. So I need to get better at that. I need to research that some more and try to do more videos like that. And you guys should too, because from everything that I've read and seen, that help. And I get it. If I'm watching a video, and if I watch the whole thing, more often than not, it's because they had me. They had me in there. Or it's like a good movie too. Like if you're watching a bad movie and it's bad and you're just not interested, you're going to go away. But if it's a good story and you can't wait to find out what happens next, and then next and next, you'll keep watching. So if you can make videos that way, so good point, Frank. Absolutely. Oh, wait, what, did I get ahead of myself here? Yeah, so no tricks. Raj, few of my friends are 55 plus. Can they start a new YouTube video journey? Please suggest some key points that I can share with them. Thanks in advance. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't think of age as being a limiting factor. You can start YouTube at any age at all. And one of the main thing that I keep thinking about is that people like to watch, especially us older people, we like to watch people of similar age. Okay, I mean, I do. I get more value. I can relate more to somebody in their 50s than I can to somebody in their 20s. I mean, if I'm watching somebody in their 20s, I'm thinking of my kids. That's my kids' age, right? They watch people in their 20s. If my, people in their 20s are watching 50-year-olds, they're less relatable. They don't relate to those people as much. So if you're older than 55, let's say 60, let's pick a number, 60. If you're in your 60s, then make videos for people in their 60s. Okay, and that's my biggest suggestion. Don't try to mimic 20-year-olds and how they make videos. Make a video for a 60-year-old. Maybe they want you to talk slower. Maybe they don't want you to use all the latest, slang words, whatever, right? Just talk to somebody as if you're talking to somebody your age. That's what I suggest. And something else, always try to help people. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, one of the best ways to grow is if you make videos that help people, that genuinely help people. Don't make a video just because you want to grow your channel. Oh, I think I need to make a video showing how to do this because that'll help my channel. Okay, but the better way to think about it is, the people who watch my videos generally all have a problem doing this thing. They want to know how to do that thing better. I'm therefore going to make a video that will explain to them how to do that thing better. And to make it more relatable, I'll maybe try to put a story of myself in there. How would I use this? How do I do this to make this thing better? And therefore they might learn how to do it themselves. So if you make a video that is designed to help people, a specific audience, that's what I would suggest. So I hope that helps. Maybe see what they think of that. It's nice to feel community. To feel a community. I also have a male gray cat named Peanut. Oh, very good. So I always like a peanut appearance. Well, there you go. I'm hesitant to hit that button again, but she is still asleep over there. We'll try it. Oh, it worked. That work? Yeah, it's working. There's Peanut. Sound asleep. Not too much going on over there. Cool idea for collaboration. I think that's when I was talking about making a video with one of those other over 40 creators. Yeah, that might be fun. I'll do some more thinking on that. Dogs are the best friends. 100%. Oh, really? 100%. I was going to say 100%. Any pet. You know what? I was always a dog person. I grew up with dogs. We had poodles, actually. And then after I got married, our first dog was a Australian Shepherd mixed with Samoyed. Winter was her name, and she was a best dog. Lived till she was 16. But since she passed 10 years ago, cats. Cats is what we've had. And I love Peanut. Peanut's great. She's actually our fourth cat that we've had since winter. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Made it late, but hey, made it. Finally out. I think you finally put up a video, but have to get more done. Lots of work, as we all know, if we've tried. Yes, lots of work, 100%, but congrats to you. Very good. You got your video up there. There you go. Now, watch it back. Watch it through the eyes of your viewers and just try to be maybe a little critical of yourself and try to see where it could have been better and then try to incorporate that in your next one. So that's just kind of the process I go through, trying to get better with each video. But yeah, congratulations. You got one up there. It's up there and has the potential to start bringing in new traffic, new subscribers, new viewers. So there you go. Greetings, Coconut Pete. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hassam says, I'm 28, but eagerly waiting for my mature and older version where you are mentally stable and very supportive to others. Very good. More mentally stable as you get older? Maybe. That's an interesting comment. Hack Multimedia, love your head. Okay, so do I. It's the only one I got. I don't have a choice but to love it. But thank you for the compliment, I think. I'd love to watch a collaboration with you and one or more of the other YouTubers in your niche. Yeah, I think that one or more, that'd be interesting to have like maybe more than just two of us. That'd be interesting. Might be hard to do, but Sophia, hi from the other side of the Atlantic. It's 7:15 here in Portugal. Your recent videos have been super informative, and you showed us in a simple way how those walk and talk videos are done. Great, awesome. I'm glad you like them. I have fun making them. That last walk and talk. So the video that I put out today and the one I put out yesterday, both of those were me walking on the trail. I actually filmed 4 in that same walk. I don't know yet if I'm going to release the other ones. I haven't edited them. I have the footage. And before that, the day before that, when I went to the beach, or the rocky beach, not much of it. I mean, there's some sand, but mostly rocks this time of year. I think I did 5 there, and I've only put out 2 of them. Now, some of them didn't turn out that great. Like I just kind of ended up babbling on, and it wasn't a singular coherent thought, if you know what I mean. I don't want to put out complete garbage. So if I have other options, I'll put out something that's better, but I'll have a look to see what's next. Something's going to go out tomorrow. I just don't know which one yet. Still doing this experiment. Jose says you can use the wireless mic in the second camera and move around freely. Yes, of course. Yes, you can. You can do that. Yeah, and then take the audio from that camera. So what Jose's saying is I can put this thing, whoops, took out too much. The receiver, this is what plugs into either my phone So yeah, just to kind of further the thought, when I have this set up for, walking around, I will have my mic on my shirt, and then this thing I just plug in here. Is that the right end? Yeah. Like that. Okay, and then I'll take one mic out, I'll close this so the other one shuts off. And so now this mic is on, and as I'm talking, you see the green light move? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so when it's plugged into the phone like that, the audio, the iPhone is using this mic. The iPhone is not using its own mic, okay? When this is plugged in. But now what I mentioned was this also has an onboard storage where you can record the audio right on this as well. Right there's a record button. I don't know if you can see that. I'll hide myself. There's a record button on the side that you press, and it'll record on board in case something ever happens and the audio doesn't transmit correctly to the phone. But I can also plug this. Well, actually, there's a couple things. I can unplug this. I can turn it around. If I did want to use the selfie camera, I could plug it in this way and have it face me like that. Okay, you can do it that way as well. But in addition, with another connector here, this little cold shoe mount, I'm actually not going to take it apart. But this would slide on it, and then this slides on the top of your camera, and then you would use a wire, a little a 1/4 inch. I think it's no, not 1/4 inch. The smaller one, the smaller pins, will plug in here. The line out. You plug one end in here, the line out, and the other end into your camera, and then the camera will capture the audio, and then I should be able to live stream that. So yes, thank you for kind of getting my thoughts straight on that. I'm just going to put all this back away. Maybe I'll set that up for next week and see what that sounds like. Cool. Time for a drink. So how we doing? You guys falling asleep yet? Collaborations are a great idea. Hello from Rugby, home of the game Rugby Football. Oh, that's interesting. Rugby, England? I didn't know there was a place called Rugby. I know the game, or the sport. Your viral video gave me the inspiration to just get on with it. Thanks. Awesome. I'm glad it helped. I have a cool tip on ring lights to get rid of the eyeball light thing. Awesome. I'm intrigued. Actors do this. Point it away from you, but onto a white wall or white foam board, and the light comes right back with no ring in the eyes. Great tip. That is awesome. That is cool. I have seen where people will use a big white board on one side of them to give a little more light, because the main light will bounce off that and come back a little softer. But I never even thought to have the ring light do that, to eliminate the rings. That's cool. Very good. And you're an actress over 40, so you know. Awesome. That's cool. Thanks for letting me know. I'll check out Rob's videos on those topics. Cool. Oh, after removing your glasses, you suddenly changed, like Clark Kent to Superman. Really? Do I look that much different without the glasses? I can't see. I can see distance just fine without the glasses, but the computer is too close to me. I need my glasses to read. Just all part of getting older. Cool ring light tip for you. No ring light in your eyes if you point it away from you and off a white wall foam board. Light bounces back to you. Actors use this trick for self-tape auditions. Okay. Perfect. Did you know that many people are copying you after you're after 40? I know there's a lot of people doing videos like that, yes, and that I'm totally fine with that. That's fine. Copying me, I mean, See, the thing with, I don't believe there are any or many, probably hard, maybe not any, unique ideas left, right? I mean, there are millions and millions, millions, billions? I don't know. There's a ton of videos out there on YouTube. Pretty much every idea you can think of has been done. What you can do to add to it is add your own perspective. There hasn't been a video done on this thing, whatever it is, that you made, right? So you make one. You make one and add your own flair to it, your own personality, your own experience, right? Relate to it yourself. That's how you make videos different. So yeah, no, there's absolutely other people that made over 40 videos. I even pointed 3 of them out in one of my videos last week. And I think they're great. So you should check out those other people, because it's also good to hear something more than once. So just because I say something once doesn't mean you should believe me. Well, I'm not lying to you, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to hear something from more than one person, from a different perspective. So it's all good. Jody says that was the first video I watched. I would say most of the people who, maybe not most now, but because I think almost half of my subscribers, my current subscribers today, almost half of you came to me through that video, the over 40 video. So that was kind of cool. I appreciate that. Felice Goddess Mika? Hi Rob, I found you from that video for 40 plusers. Thank you for all you were doing. No problem. Thanks for finding me. And thanks for stopping in. Dan Malloy. Hello Dan, how you doing? I filled out the form on your website but didn't hear back. Wanted to check with you before starting my channel. Thanks and keep up the great work, Dan. I filled out the form but didn't hear back. About what? I will make a note to check into that. Dan Malloy, form? Question mark. I'll look for that. And sorry if I didn't get back to you, but that does happen sometimes. Hello, Crystal. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks for the inspiration, she says. No problem. I'm having fun doing this. Raj says, what are the video editing software you use and what audio files? Thanks. So audio files, I use WAV files because they are uncompressed, a little bit larger, but uncompressed. So yeah, higher quality than say MP3. So yeah, I use WAV files. And video editing software, I use Camtasia a lot. When that doesn't do it, I'll use DaVinci Resolve. And then there's also CapCut. CapCut has some great captioning as well, and it's also a great video editor to use for beginners. So both CapCut and Camtasia, I think, are great, easy ones to learn for beginners, and they do everything you need to do. So all of the videos I've been doing lately on my channel, I edited in Camtasia, all of them. So adding music, switching scenes, titles, fading in, fading out, creating the bloopers, adding them at the end, all of that I do in Camtasia. The only thing I go outside of Camtasia to do is I process my audio. I make the audio sound even better than what I get out of the mics that I use, this mic and that mic. Well, this mic now, you're hearing it raw. This is what I sound like raw. But if I were to make a video using this mic, I will then open Adobe Audition up and I do a little bit of, adding some bass and treble, compression, things like that, just to make it sound just a little bit better. And then I bring that audio file back into Camtasia and I put it all together in there. So, and I've made videos on how to do that as well. So yes, that's what I use. Aldebaran. Hello, how you doing? I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. How are you doing? Would be interested to see how you work with lights, key lights, fill light, etc. Cool, I will show you really quick if I can. Actually, let me just bear with me 1 second. I haven't done this yet today, but I usually connect this phone And it's not that hard to do. I go to General, I go to Airplane Handoff and Continuity Camera. And once I have that set up, I press iPhone here. Did that work? Yes. Okay. Here is my iPhone. So let's go for a walk. And I will show you. I don't have my other mic on, so if I just back up here, there's my key light that I'm using right now. That is a Neewer. It's a 2-light kit that I got, and I'll show you the other one in a second. So while I'm sitting here, I've got my mic up here, and there's the camera that I'm using most of the time. My key light is up there to my right, and then I have another light over here to my left. I'll just back up a bit and show everything. That light there, we can call that the fill light. It gets my left side. So right side, left side. Okay, that's really it. Now, if I scroll around to the back of the room, I do have that light up there. So we can call that the back light. And then up here, that's the other one. That's another backlight. So I actually have 4 lights going today. That's not necessary. Usually I often will just have, well, I could just have one, really. But usually I have these 2. It just so happens that I left those other 2 ones on today. But they're not necessary. And if I turn them off, you wouldn't notice a whole lot of difference. But what happens is, like if you can see, if you look at my head, you can, this side, it's pretty bright here. That's because of that big light back there. Now I don't have it, if I were to turn that off and sit back down, now I don't have that shine on my head like I did a second ago, okay? No big deal, it depends on what look you want. That light I do have set to a button here, so if I turn off that back light, there, you didn't notice much difference, a little bit. I'll turn it back on. It's delayed. There, it's back on. So not a whole lot of difference there. But yeah, that's what one more thing. Let's go back to the iPhone. One more thing is this light here. So it is on, but I'm not using it right now. It's not pointed at me. It's pointed at Peanut. That's the key light that I use when I'm sitting in my chair like this. See that? Sit in my chair like this when I make these videos, typically like something like that, right? What I see, if I turn this around and look up, that key light up to my left, and that light which I just turned off, and I actually lower it, I'll put it down here to my right. And I just realized I have to speak up when I'm over there because I was far away from the mic. So anyways, that's that. I hope that helped. Those are all the lights I've got going on right here. So, and you don't need this many lights. Really, you could get away with 1. I think 2 is better. But then if you're just making one video at a time, just 2 lights is all you need. It just so happens I have this many, so I leave them in places for the different settings that I use. Okay, so hope that helped. Okay, can we have a bike ride video, please, in your beautiful part of the world? Yes, let's do that. I've never done that, so bike ride video. Yeah, I hope I don't wipe out and break an arm or something, but I'll figure something out. I'll get out on the bike. Good afternoon, Rob. How you doing? Livestream Consultants. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. At JKK World Travels, and he could have a basket on the front for Peanut. Oh yeah, I would lose her for sure. She'd jump off and run into the woods, and then we got animals in the woods here. We've got bobcats. We've got, what do we have? Fox. A lot of fox around. I don't think Peanut doesn't have claws on her front paws, so she wouldn't survive very long. I would have to tie her in there pretty good. I bet I'd get some thumbs up from you guys, though, if I brought Peanut out on my bike. I do not have a basket on my bike. Thank you. Love the info about the quad lock. I don't like using a gimbal, and that seems like it would give great stabilization. I'm going to try that ASAP. Awesome. Cool. The thing that I like, I don't know if I mentioned this. My apologies if I already did. But this iPhone, this is a 14 Pro Max, the bigger one, because my eyes need big letters. But this has inbuilt stabilization. It's called enhanced stabilization. So even though it's not a gimbal, there is some stabilization in here. And the way it works is it just crops in a little bit, and then the software kind of stabilizes everything. So that helps. If it did not have that, then I might want a gimbal with this phone. But so if your phone does have internal stabilization, you may not need a gimbal at all. So there you go. Dan says, Rob, another good channel to watch is The Older Creator. This host teaches CapCut and advocates building YouTube channels for older adults. Cool. The Older Creator. Write that down. The Older Creator. Arrow. Check it out. I'll check it out. There's another +1 vote for the peanut basket on my bike. Collaborate, please, and thank you. Well, I'll put some more thought into that, and maybe I'll reach out to them to see who might want to do that. Kim says, thank you for being so generous with your time and expertise. I really do appreciate it. No problem. This is what I do. I have fun. I have fun with it, and I'm glad there's people out there like you who are okay listening to me. Get an IT guy. That's a cool name. Read the EULA on the Adobe products. They own the data. Okay, yeah. I'm not really sure what you're referring to, but my processed audio, that's really all I use Adobe for now, is Adobe Edition. But not something that really concerns me too much. But if you mean something else, let me know. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. Your DJI gimbal might have a selfie stick. Mine does. Osmo Gimbal 6. Mine doesn't. Mine's older. I think mine is the 3. And I believe it was the next version that it came with a selfie stick as part of it. But mine doesn't have that. Thanks so much for mentioning of Ecamm Live for sharing screen. I guess one has to subscribe to an outside streaming product then. Can't do that from YouTube. Hope not a stupid question. There are no such things as stupid questions, first of all. And secondly, Ecamm Live is not free. That's correct. But one you could look into is StreamYard. Also not free for the, like they have, but I believe they have a free version that you can try. I think it's only 720p, and I forget what other limitations there may be, but I'm pretty sure they'll allow you to share your screen. So you can try that. Oh, of course, there's always OBS. Sometime, if you're not quite as tech savvy, it can be a little harder to learn how to use. It is open source software, so maybe not as tightly packaged as something like an Ecamm Live, not as easy to learn how to use, but it's totally free. And it will allow you to share a screen as well and set up multiple scenes and integrate it with a Stream Deck as well. So OBS and StreamYard. Try those two if you don't want to try. And Ecamm Live is only for Mac too. I don't know if I mentioned that today. It's only available for Mac. OBS you can download for Mac or PC. And StreamYard you don't download. That's a browser-based system. So some more options for you to try. Hi Rob, hi Irish. I am new here. Cool, how you doing? Welcome and thanks for stopping in. Dan says, I am starting making videos at 71. If you think young, you are young. I like that. That's perfect. If you think young, you are young. And what is age anyways? It's a number. Like, who cares? Doesn't matter. If you're alive, you're alive. Age doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. Just do you, be happy. Rhubarb Ranch. Hi Rob, enjoy your videos. Thank you, Rhubarb Ranch. That's great. Live stream consultants. You are correct. Straight to YouTube, only one camera. If you use Ecamm or OBS or question mark, you can use multicam as well as sharing your screens and other media and you can use multicam as well as sharing your screens and other media. Oh, excuse me. Okay, you're talking about what we were just talking about. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. Oh, we're after 4 o'clock too. I'm starting to get caught up, but still a little bit behind. But yeah, Ecamm, OBS, StreamYard, Restream is another one. vMix is another one for Windows. But yeah, I have used OBS, StreamYard, and Ecamm. Those are the ones I have experience with. The Power Guy says, I taped a piece of thin paper over my ring light to soften and diffuse the light. This helped a lot. Great idea. Absolutely great idea. You can also just hang a sheet, maybe like a white sheet across your light. That might help too. I suppose it doesn't even have to be white if you want a different color. Generally white though, but how many hours a week do you put into this enterprise? Thank you, David. It's what I do. I mean, I do some freelance work as well. I probably put a lot of work into this, but I enjoy it. So it's not. I don't even consider it work really. If I'm out walking on a trail talking to a camera, is that work? I don't know. I'm getting some exercise. If I'm out at the beach and making a video, is that work? I don't know. If I added it all up, it's a lot. Like more than a full-time job. So 50 hours a week, probably, I do at this, maybe even more. I don't know. Yeah, but you don't have to put that much out. If you don't have that kind of time, you certainly don't have to put that much into it. It's just that, especially now, I mean, I'm putting a video out every day now for the last week and a half or so, I've been doing that. So that takes time. It takes a lot of time to do that, but I'm motivated to get better at this. Yeah, so that's my story. Want you to know that I look forward to this Tuesday livecast. Thanks for doing them. No problem at all. I'll be here every Tuesday for the foreseeable future. I've got no plans to stop this. I'm having fun with it. Hello to all. Missed a lot, but we'll watch the replay. Hello, Joanne. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Question, please help. Periodically, when I try to export a finished video in Camtasia, it will export a blank black screen. What's up? I don't know. There's really no way for me to know. If I got a blank black screen, all I can think of is maybe I had that track hidden. Did you have the little icon or the little eyeball icon pressed and that was hidden? Maybe? I'm not sure. Is your computer powerful enough? I've never experienced that. I don't know what would cause that. It's never happened to me. Maybe because my computer is faster. I'm not saying that's the case. Maybe if you have I think that's something you're going to have to take up with Camtasia support, TechSmith support, because I have not heard of that. I'm sorry. Warning, making me seasick. The problem that you're having, making you seasick, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. Thank you, Rob. It helped a lot. No problem. Why me? That's a nice name. Hey, neighbor. Great to see you. Thanks so much for all your help with YouTube. No problem. Hey, neighbor. How you doing? Are you close? Maybe you're in a neighboring province. StreamYard does have a free version, works very well, but sub fees have gone up. Yes, you can share screen with free. Oh, there you go. There's an answer for that. Thank you, Joanne. Perfect. Hey, Rob. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and for making these videos. Greetings from Germany. Greetings, Germany, from Canada. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hi Rob, would you mind share the 3 other 50 plus YouTubers channels to watch for? Thanks. I will share it. Let me go. I'll share my screen right here. So this is my channel, and the video was this video right here. 3 YouTubers people over 40 need to watch. So if you click on that.
For a walk, I just finished.
Okay, so it was that video. And if you click here under more, so you can watch the video and get it there, or just come into the description, and here they are right here. Those are the 3. Kevin Colby, this is Virginia Kerr, and Alexa Seranoya, I think is how you say that. 3, I don't know if they're over 50, but they're over 40. Great channels. So there you go. That's how you find it. Never happened to you? It is random and has happened multiple times randomly. No. Are you using the most up-to-date version of Camtasia? I have never exported a video and got just a black screen. That's never happened. Yeah, I mean, if I had all my tracks hidden, like that eyeball icon, except maybe some audio tracks, if the visual tracks were hidden, then they would not get exported. So that would result in a black screen. If your canvas is black, if your canvas is white, that would result in a white screen. But I don't know what else to say. Are you exporting an MP4 format? Double check to make sure you are. But again, if you're in another format, I don't know why you would get a black screen. I do not know. Hans Winsel, late to the show, but we'll catch up later. Thank you for videos and what you're doing. No problem, Hans. Thanks for stopping in. And yeah, as soon as this is over, you'll be able to watch the live. Absolutely. It'll be a video on demand. Seasick was from you spinning around the room to show all. Need a warning next time to keep from motion sickness. Gotcha. All right, I'll give you a warning next time. And yeah, this the iPhone has a zoom, and like it automatically tries to zoom in on my face when I have continuity camera on like that. So yeah, I don't have as much control over what it's pointing at. So sorry about that. No gimbal, I guess. Probably went a long way to hurt that as well. A fairly new subscriber from Halifax. Oh, very good. Yes, neighbor for sure. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Hi, Rob. Finally caught you live. Keep up the good vibes. Thank you. View from my table. View from my table. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. I recognize you from the comments. Awesome. Hi, Rob. Thanks for another good live broadcast. Looking forward to next week. Greth. Is it Greth or Grethy? Grethy Liss Bauman from Denmark, I believe. That's what that flag is. Thanks for stopping in again. I recognize you. Great, thanks a lot, Rob. No problem. Thanks, Rob. So, silly question. Do I need to choose select all before I export MP4? Select all. I don't know what you're referring to. I would really have to see that. I mean, what you can do is take a video of yourself showing me this, and you can email it to me, and I can have a look. But I don't. When I export a video, I don't select anything, but I make sure the tracks are visible and not hidden. And if I can see it in my timeline, then all should be good. I don't select anything in the timeline, and I go up to export, and I export. Not to YouTube, I just export to a local file, MP4. Yeah, and that works. But I would need to see exactly what you're doing before I could tell you exactly what's going on. And even then, I can't guarantee if it's a hardware-related issue, maybe computer not being fast enough or lack of memory, something like that. So it would also help to know what kind of computer you have. How much RAM you have, what kind of processor you have, and those sorts of things. Living life with Judith. Hello, Judith. How you doing? Black screen when export. I have that in DaVinci. I fixed it by saving the done project on a different drive than the working project. Okay. Wow. So I've never had that on DaVinci either. So I don't know why, but yeah, maybe try what Judith suggested, Joanne. Maybe that would help. Thank you, Judith, for sharing that. That's great. Helping each other here. That's what it's all about. Stephanie Nelson, thanks for stopping in. Hello. Welcome. Happy I subscribed to your channel. I'm happy you did too. Thanks for stopping in. Maybe one time you can just show how you export your finished Camtasia file. Absolutely, and I did. I can show you where to go to see me doing that. Let's go back to my channel here. Which video was it? This one right here. Oh, I'm in the way. Let me just drag this over. Right there. This one here, step-by-step guide. If you go into this video, and now it's long. This is a 36-minute video, but I show everything from how I recorded a video, and then I get into the editing in Camtasia, and towards the end, I get into exporting it somewhere at the end. But yeah, if you want to check that video out, you can see exactly how I export my videos. That video shows the complete process from beginning, pressing record on my cameras and the mic, recording it, editing it, the whole thing. That's why it was so long. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to make that video, but that I did edit that final video down to 36 minutes. It's as short as I could get it without making it sound unreasonable. View from my table, black screen issue. I had that happen. Wow, am I the only one that's never had this happen? I had that happen when adding it to my photos. I found that I had put the videos together and checked fade in from black, which I unchecked, and it worked fine. Try that. Okay, there you go, yeah. You had it fade in from black, so it would start off as being black. She exports to a local file. Not a computer issue because it will do the random glitch only once in a while. Can't say why. Well, that still could be a computer issue. Longer files will require more RAM, so you might get a different result. The black screen end results happen when your hard drive is not fast enough or powerful enough. That makes sense. So if your hard drive is not an SSD drive, okay, if it's an HDD drive, hard disk drive, which is a spinning disk inside your computer, it's generally better to edit off of an SSD, solid state drive, which is just, there's no spinning parts. It's basically a computer chip that is the memory. But you may or may not, if you're using a MacBook, I don't know when MacBooks started making SSDs. Mine has an internal SSD drive that I edit from. If you're on a PC, you may be able to swap out. If you have an HDD, you may be able to change that to an SSD or add a secondary drive or have an external drive that you edit from. Is possible. Okay, Rob, we'll take a look. I like long videos. Been using Camtasia for several years. Should I delete all my old versions? Not sure how on my iMac. I would use, I have a Mac and I use a program called, what is it called? Clean My Mac is what I have on mine, and that allows you to uninstall programs. I generally keep the current version of Camtasia and one older version, and I delete the other ones before that. But to properly delete it, you would want to uninstall it. I use Clean My Mac to do that, but you can probably do that from within your applications folder as well. That'll free up some hard drive space for you too. You're welcome, Joanne. I hope it will work. That's what my research gave me as a fix. Perfect. Appreciate all the help, but I can get the glitch, then try again and not get the glitch. I have SSD. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you get it solved. I hope it, and maybe even run it by TechSmith support. They might be able to help you as well. How are we doing? We're way over time, but that's okay. I don't mind. I've gone through all the questions. I have some notes here of things to look into and get back to you guys with. But I think that's it. If you guys have any other questions, now's your chance to ask, or I'm going to call it a day and start editing whatever video I'm going to put out tomorrow. How are things going with... Actually, you guys could probably see this too. If I just bring this down here. So this is what so we talk about analytics. Okay, so this is my YouTube studio. For those who are interested, this is where I go to check to see how things are doing. So the video I put out today, ranking by views, it's 9th out of my last 10. So not performing as well as my previous ones. It's at, you can see here, it's at 553 views. Whereas some of my other ones were up over 1,600, 1,400 at this time. So that's in the first 6 hours and 50 minutes of that video being released. So it was 6 hours and 50 minutes ago that I posted this. That one with 3 YouTubers, where I recommended that 3 YouTubers, people over 40, need to watch, that's been my best of the last 10. So that's great. That was obviously being very well received. So yeah, this is where I go to look at that. If I want to see more info, I would go here, click to channel analytics, and then I usually click on this one, see more, and then you can see all of your videos and you can rank them by last 48 hours or last 60 minutes. Okay, so in the last 60 minutes, this live stream is number 1, 94 views in the last hour. Where is it? Where am I looking for? Oh, here we go, the live stream stats. There are 30 people watching right now. Awesome. It's still sticking around. That's great. But there have been 94, so people come and go, right? That's the way that works. This Vlogging Secrets is the next one. That is the video I released this morning. September 17th, September 6th. So the one the day before is down here. It's had 15 views in the last 60 minutes, 1,900 in the last 2 days. You can see where it was launched right here or posted. So yeah, this is a little bit of a peek into analytics and what things look like and how you can scroll down through all the videos that are getting views, scroll up, and again, you can sort them by last 60 minutes or last 48 hours. Click here, it'll resort them. So yeah, there you go. So let me just do one more quick check of the chats. See what we have. Oh, I see. There is a reported video exports black problem on the TechSmith Camtasia website. Really? Okay. Actually, I just, today downloaded the latest version. I had an update to do for Camtasia. I did that today. I wonder if I'm going to get that now with the update. So hopefully not. But I'll find out tonight when I go to export whatever video I'm doing tomorrow. Hi Rob, you're a brave soul going live. My compulsion is to want to edit as you just mentioned. Yeah, well, thank you. It was hard to go live the first time I ever did it, but now I love it. It's fun. I get to interact with you guys and I like it. But I will say that in order to go live like this, if you're going to be fielding questions, you got to be okay with saying, I don't know. Especially if you're not an expert, and most people aren't. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. I would say what stops a lot of people from starting YouTube channels is they don't feel like they're expert enough to be able to be talking about something. But if you just come right out at the beginning and say, I'm not an expert, I can help you with what I know how to do, and I can show you how to do things the way I do them, and I'll help you with the things I've learned along the way. And I can share my journey as I go through all this, but I will be the first to admit when there's something I don't know. I've got no problem saying that. So I think that helps. That would help if you go in and do a live with that attitude. That can take some pressure off. That's what helps me anyways. Thank you for your live. how exactly do you download the latest version? I will show you. So right here, this is my Camtasia welcome page, and right here below welcome to Camtasia, it was a big yellow button that says download the latest update. It's not showing there now because I already did it, but that's where you'll see if you have the latest version or not. Now you can also click up here, Camtasia 2024. Again, I'm on a Mac, so I can only show you how to do this on a Mac. But if you click on Camtasia 2024, go down here, check for updates, and if I click on that, it'll check for updates. It says you're up to date. Camtasia 2024.0.9 is currently the newest version available. Okay, that's how I do it. So it might be slightly different on a PC, I'm not sure, but that's how you do it on a Mac. You're a maintenance subscriber as well, you would still download the updates the same way. That doesn't have an effect on that. Maintenance just means that you will, well, you get the next version for free. If you keep paying the maintenance fee, you would keep getting the new versions for free. Not free because you're paying the maintenance fee. Hi Rob, do you think using Google Chrome is advantageous over Safari as Chrome uses more memory in a Mac? I don't know. That's a good. I just finished saying that I have no problem saying when I don't know something. I don't know. I use Safari on my phone, but I use Google Chrome on my MacBook just because I've always used it. I'm a relatively new Mac user. I used to use a PC until March of 2023. That's when I bought this MacBook. So I'm relatively new to it, and I have become so used to Google Chrome over the years, I just downloaded that and that's what I use. Maybe Safari is better on a Mac memory-wise. That could very well be. But I've got 32 gigs of RAM in this computer, and it seems to be plenty. So it hasn't been an issue for me, but if memory's running tight on you, then maybe that's something you could do. You could go to use Safari instead, and that might help. So I hope that helps. Joanne says, I need to get 2024. Yes, absolutely, especially if you're on the maintenance plan, because once 2025 comes out, I don't think they're allowing... Well, if your maintenance plan is current, then you're good. Yeah, no, definitely you should download the 2024 version if you're on an older version. Maybe that'll solve your problem too. Yeah, so that's it. Where are we now? Still 29 of you hanging in here. Thank you very much. 2.5 hours, I'm going to have to draw the line right there. So thanks to everybody for stopping in today. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. I hope you learned something. I hope you like these. If you want to ask questions after I've gone, you can do so in the comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you liked this. That would really help out a lot. I'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, I don't usually ask people to subscribe because I figure everybody knows how to do that now. If you want to subscribe, you're going to subscribe. But if you don't know how to do that and you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, that's it. Thanks again. Expect another video tomorrow. Don't know which one yet. I'm going to try to keep going one a day for the next little... I'm going to try to do that at least till next Tuesday. How's that? Again, I don't expect a ton of views from all of them because that's... Maybe I'm oversaturating my channel, but I'm experimenting now, so we'll see how that goes. And I hope you watch a good portion of them, and I hope you find them helpful. So again, thanks guys. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a great weekend, and I'll see you next week or tomorrow in the video tomorrow. Thanks guys.